Almost
Yes.
Funk Podcast. Olga, who are
That's me.
you?
I'm Olga. You're Colin. I guess we're introducing each other. We're two friends who like music and like talking about it, and we have opinions about things. And we take ourselves very seriously.
Very seriously.
This is hard-hitting news, people. Only serious tones. There's no jokes, nothing.
Okay, you're fresh from the Riot Fest. That's what I wanted to interview you,
Okay.
Olga, was you had mentioned to me that Riot Fest is going to stream on Facebook. I started
Yes.
looking into it today, but then I thought there's no way we're going to be able to do a podcast today because Thrice is playing acoustically and you love them and there's no way you're going to do this at the same time. But then you said, you can handle it. What happened?
I signed on. I think Dustin played 3 songs and wrapped it up. I think the whole thing was about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, and so I didn't even finish cooking dinner. I was preheating the oven, and then of course it heated just right as he started. And then I didn't even get to eat dinner while watching it because it was done so fast. But it was good. He did a cover, a Bruce Springsteen cover. He did a couple of Thrice songs. People are chatting on the side. There's a couple of other. So I think all of the bands that are doing the virtual Riot Fest it's just the singers. Because, of course, most bands aren't quarantining together, which is probably good.
We're going to pain in the rear end to technologically make it happen.
Yeah, and it's actually, the other problem is I don't know why they picked Facebook because I feel like it's the worst platform for streaming right now.
Yeah, I was going to mention something about that as well, but continue on.
Yeah, I couldn't even, I wasn't sure I'd know how to even watch it because who uses Facebook anymore? Not me. That's the 50+ social network.
Well, I just didn't know. I was agreeing that it was just a bad place to do it. You have to log in and it's a pain in the rear end and I don't even want to bother. And I didn't.
Yep.
And I was like, this is a pain in the rear end, but you're bringing up the similar points.
Yeah. But the videos are still, I think they're all available. Tim from Rise Against, I did one. Dan from Alkaline Trio. So there's a couple of.
There's still some there. I was looking at today, and then a couple of them I tried. It said video no longer available, so it's gonna be hit or miss. I ended up the first one I got to work was Straylight Run's reunion.
Oh, okay.
And so I got my emo fix that I didn't even plan for today.
I've been very emo in the quarantine, which is appropriate. There's been so many dashboard confessional streams I've been watching and emo nights. But the problem with streams is I've been streaming crazy, like a crazy person since this whole lockdown started. But all of them are at the weirdest times. They'll do at noon on a middle of the week.
You're too used to rock and roll time. Like when you said Thrice takes the stage not even Thrice, but just Dustin Kensrue from Thrice takes the stage on time at 5 p.m. Pacific time, wraps up the set before 5:30.
Yes.
This is not the usual rock and roll time that we've been grown accustomed to.
No.
I'm used to show starts at 9.
Yeah.
And the headliner will come on around midnight if you're lucky. And then bar's closed and you have to go home. It's 5 to 5:30 sounds perfect. So when you're like, these are weird times, I'm like, this sounds amazing. These are the times that I want.
Well, some of them are kind of more of like drinky virtual parties, like
even better.
But I'm not ready to party at 5 yet. I'm like making food or I'm feeding my dog. Can we make it after 7?
You have to reshape your life to fit the new live stream concert lifestyle.
Yeah, you're right. I've missed so many because it's just they're in the middle of the day.
It sounds like it's for senior citizens historically.
Maybe that's what it is.
I think once a professional artist in quarantine reverts to the natural state of a senior citizen as far as times go. They're very go to bed early. They're productive.
Or now they're thinking about how different time zones work. So maybe if they play a show at 5, a bunch of time zones can tune in. Whereas if you're playing a show at midnight, West Coast is the latest, so everyone else is already awake except
good point.
Australia. So
that's right. You can't have rock and roll time at like 6 a.m. anywhere along the globe. So you got to pick the right time. It's either got to be in the middle of the day or the middle of the night.
See, so maybe that's why they're doing it. But it must be weird for musicians too, because I'm sure they're all not morning people, and that's not.
I was actually thinking they weren't caring at all, and were just, what are they doing anyway? Nothing. 5 o'clock makes sense. It's like if you're only going to play half an hour, be like, do a set, 30 minutes, go eat dinner.
True.
Go kid's diaper. Do some chores around the house and then go to bed. 5 o'clock works for me. Probably the best hours are in between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
I'm going to start sending you all these streams during the week.
It would probably be better than me watching the emo Stray Light Run, who they're not my thing in the first place.
Then there was also a Joey Ramone's 69th birthday virtual party.
I tried looking into that, and there's nothing there. So I'm assuming it hasn't happened yet.
Because it has happened.
I look everywhere. Not available. Blah blah blah. Not available. I mean, I looked 3 places, so I didn't really look that many. But I mean, I looked at 3 different places, and it was not available. And YouTube was not available either. So if it's not on YouTube, and I do my first search, that means it's not there.
See, so it was on Facebook, which is why I didn't find it.
Oh, there it is again.
The reason I didn't watch it is because it started at 5. And I'm like, I can't.
Again,
Stop.
5 o'clock.
Stop it.
You can only handle so much of this quarantine. These 5 o'clock live streams are ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, this is getting out of hand. But the video is available, and there's a bunch of performances.
That's funny. I'm looking at the agenda, and you sent me the link. Me, dumbass over here, bypasses the link that's right in the message, goes into Google, types in the exact same thing that you have sent me on my phone, and then goes to random links that don't even have it. And now I'm looking right at it. I'm like, oh, that was dumb.
I added the link in the last hour.
Oh, okay.
Full disclosure. Okay. Yeah, I added the link later because I find who put up. Yep. So this one is not your fault.
But the thing about it that was really getting to me is Joey Ramone died in like 2004. So what kind of birthday is this gonna be? The guest of honor has been dead for 15 years, people. So
I kind of skimmed through it.
Issue with that.
And he even got a present. Somebody was like, I bought.
Let's see. Every original band member from the band that you got famous is dead. You are dead. Who is throwing this birthday party and why? But I understand he's a very,
influential, very influential.
There's people that are still alive that were in the band at one point, like CJ and Marky and Rich.
Well, he was there. See, that's how I found out about it, is from CJ. But him having this huge, massive birthday party when he's been dead for years is the most Ramones thing ever.
That's true.
Because
he probably didn't even get a good birthday party while he was alive ever.
Correct.
Maybe.
They're one of those artists that are only appreciated after they're all dead. And
I mean, from what I read about Joey Ramone, you don't even want to have anything to do with the birthday party with that guy. Anyway, he had massive OCD and was just a complete hassle to deal with. If you got stuck in a room with him and you had to do anything, he couldn't handle it. So he would have probably had a nervous breakdown at the party anyway and made everyone leave.
So everyone just was much more willing to show up to a virtual party.
Did they play Trivial Pursuit?
No, I think they played music. There's like covers and things like that. Yep. There's performances. It's on facebook.com/Joey Ramone. All the videos are still available.
I should have went to the party so I could have informed people that we need to play Trivial Pursuit. But
Ooh. Plus,
that was a big thing he did.
You could have bragged for the rest of your life that you have been to Joey Ramone's birthday party.
I'm going to be like, oh, hey, CJ, what we need to do now is do tons of cocaine and start playing Trivial Pursuit like Joey Ramone would have wanted us to do. And then it would have been a fun party. But instead, I'm sure that didn't happen.
I wish you had gone and you could have been in the comments section.
It threw me off when you're talking about Riot Fest, because I don't pick up on anything because I have no brain anymore. You're like, people were chatting in the background during the concert, and I'm thinking they're on Zoom and they're speaking and they're talking over the music, and then I would have had like a huge problem with that. And then 20 minutes later, I now realize you meant they just typed in
correct. Yes, they typed
chat box.
Yeah, it
makes more sense.
During Dustin, he's playing an acoustic slow song, and somebody types, "Let's open the pit up." And it's just like, it kind of reminded me of being at shows, because you and I will always be like, why are people moshing to this song? This is the rest song. This is not the song to mosh to. We always complain about that. And then people even in comments do that now. So see, we're just transferring all of our stupid behaviors onto different stupid behaviors.
It's nice to see that stupid behavior crosses generational and technological barriers without a problem. It's just, it'll be there. Yep. We'll find a way.
Yeah. So another exciting stream is this weekend, the May 23rd, 24th, and 25th is the Locked In Strip Down sessions from Punk Rock Bowling. And first of all, I have to say, it starts way too early. I know I've already said it about the other two streams, but the Punk Rock Bowling one, first stream is at 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
This was actually, I thought, this is amazing. This is something I would actually pay attention to, because these are my times. Apparently,
are you going to be up at 9 a.m. on Saturday watching?
I might get up or be around, but that's not okay. Let's imagine we're going to Punk Rock Bowling anyway. Do we ever see the first band?
No, because it's too early.
Yeah, even when we try to see the first band, we'll be like, "Oh, show starts in an hour. We could get there and see the first band." Hey, that's a good idea. Let's go early.
And then you
get there, and then you wait in line, and you miss the bands, right?
That's true.
Or we do it the normal way, and it'll be like, "Oh, show started. We should think about heading down now." And that's how I imagine this would go also. It'd be like, I wake up, I'm groggy. Oh, yeah, show's on. I should go check it out while I eat breakfast and have a cup of coffee. So, you know, I might miss a band or two. But, 10 or 11, I'm fully in it by 10 or 11.
Okay, so at 11 on Saturday is... No, this is AM. Okay. Bouncing Souls are playing at 11.
That's perfectly fine for 11.
Punk Rock Bowling doesn't even start at 5. It ends at 5. That's how early this
The other thing, though, here was the thing. I was like, wow, I can't believe they got all these bands to agree to play these shows. And then, like you said, it's the stripped down acoustic thing. So it's probably just going to be one band member from each band anyway, which is...
Oh, it already has the names of them on most of the...
So, I mean, I'm already like, the excitement level is dropping significantly already, because I don't even care about acoustic anything. And so then I'm glad that it's over by 5, because then if something exciting is happening later with this 1 in a million miracle, I will have time to do that, and I don't feel bad about it. I'm not missing anything. They'll be like, Lunatics are done at 4:30. And someone will say to me like, quarantine's over. You're now allowed to go out and do something. Then I'd be like, oh, good. Show's over. I can go do something. 2 for 1. I wasn't doing anything good at 4. I mean, I'm probably at work. So as long as I'm not in a meeting, I can have the thing going on the side.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
Too early. I want it to be later in the day.
If it's Saturday and I'm not doing anything.
It's on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I mean, that's a perfect time to fold laundry. That is like, I'm thinking about the most fun thing to do while at my virtual acoustic punk rock bowling show. And I think that drinking a cocktail and folding laundry is like the best weekend
activity
quarantine thing.
Okay.
That's about as exciting as I can make life right now.
I'm really curious. The one that I'm really curious about looking at the list looks great. Like, there's a lot of great Bouncing Souls are on it, Riverboat Gamblers, Fat Mike and Melvin from NoFX.
Nope.
The one I'm most curious about is punk rock karaoke. Will that be on Zoom?
Yeah, I was wondering. Everything I have questions about. I mean, they have,
I do have questions.
More than one band at a time per show.
I have a story about punk rock bowling.
Now would be the time. Many. We're talking about punk rock bowling.
I know.
By the way. We have been for a good 10.
One of I think the second time I went to punk rock bowling, so it's probably 2011 or 2012. They had you pick up tickets at one of the downtown casinos. And the line was so long that me and my friends spent our whole night waiting in line to pick up tickets. It was a nightmare. We had plans. We're like, we'll swing by, pick up our tickets, so we're ready with our tickets for tomorrow and can just go to the festival. And then we'll go have dinner, we'll get some drinks, we'll have a night out on the town because we got in the night before the festival started. No, it was a 3-hour long line of people just standing in line, drinking, and it was miserable. It was horrible. Yeah. And now each year we all wait in the virtual line, and that's been a nightmare. The website every year when we buy our punk rock bowling tickets, it crashes every year.
Oh, yeah.
This year was actually okay. The first time ever, maybe.
Well, this is the first time I just bought individual tickets.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't,
so I didn't have to deal with the problem.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember myself having a huge problem this year. But usually it's a very big ordeal with it crashing. You can't even load the site. It usually takes me about 40 minutes to an hour just to get through the queue, get the website up and running. So each year it's a giant pain, but I'm always thinking, at least I'm sitting on the couch and not standing in line.
Well, do you want to talk about new releases this week?
I do. The first one on the list is by Jeff Rosenstock. And he has a new album. I guess it was a surprise release. It's called No Dream. And it is available on YouTube. The whole album is there with a video of somebody painting. And then
Bob Ross style.
Yeah. And then it's also on other platforms as well.
I listened to it on Spotify, of course.
Oh, I didn't realize they had it. I looked there. I didn't see it yet. He was in the band, the Arrogant Sons of Bitches. And
Arrogant Sons of Bitches. Bomb the Music Industry. Okay, I heard of them barely. Yeah, I never heard of the other one. The Arrogant Sons of Bitches. No. Yeah. The indie band Kudrow. Same. No, I don't know that one either. But Bomb the Music Industry. Okay. I think we might have played a song on our radio show once, but I think we had a punk show for background reference, and I thought that band was at the time too indie rock
for you. Yeah,
had a big thing. I mean, I didn't want
what did you think of the new release? I
thought the whole thing was good. Like every song I liked. I didn't like every second of every song, but I'm like, overall, this album is really good. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like the whole album and put it in my liked category.
Whoa.
But I thought it reminded me of a lot of stuff we used to listen to like back in the day, like Adam and His Package, but like just the punk stuff, because Adam and His Package was like Devo-y sometimes, electronic-y, blah, blah, blah. But he also had punk stuff. And I was like, oh, this reminds me of Adam and His Package and punk stuff. I was like, Alkaline Trio, it's another reference. It's like that. Reviver, another band I really like. It sounds like the guy singer in Reviver. And then the Anniversary, which another band we used to play. They're more emo-y or whatever, but the guy's vocals sound just like it. True. So he has like that old style 90s whiny pop punk thing going on. But then the music was like a combination of punk, indie, and like replacement style stuff. It was kind of like not lo-fi, but normal-fi.
Style to me. I don't know. It's definitely not the current sound now, but it was the style. But for somebody that I wasn't super familiar with, and I just kind of randomly stumbled upon this album, it surprised me very pleasantly. I was like, whoa, I actually found something new.
Well, not only that, he's been around for a long time, new to us. But
a new release as well.
The thing it's this weird thing about pop punk where I really like pop punk, but that combination, there's a turning point of pop punk where it's too pop, and I hate it more than I hate anything. It's this weird. So whenever I see like a modern pop punk band, that's like the description somewhere. I'm always like, what does that mean? Does that mean it's just catchy and upbeat and I'm going to like it? Or does it mean it's produced by, you know, a pop producer and it's just this bizarro, what's a terrible pop punk band right off the top of your head?
The only thing, when you're describing this, the image that pops into my head isn't a specific band. It's 3 dudes and they're all wearing really baggy cargo shorts. That's what every band looked like for a while, and I'm just picturing that general spiked hair, wristbands, bracelets, giant shorts that you could fit my whole family into. That look we were never into. There's a million of those.
Okay, that's another one, because I was thinking about the one I was thinking about was just the very nondescript suburban look. Style where they look like they're 16 and they're in high school. I don't know, they don't look punk, nothing punk about them, right? But then the style that you're talking about is another style of pop punk I don't like, and that is the dyed tips style. That's never mind. That's the worst style of pop punk. You're right. I hate the dyed tips thing. That is the fashion on that. The dyed tips.
Yep.
With the shorts. So I hate it. But these days I just don't have the same capacity for hate that I used to have.
I know.
Now I like everything. I'm like, hey, that's a catchy song. I don't know what happened, but I mean, like old me, like so much hate. Like I'm just full of hate 24 hours a day. And if I hear something like that, it just blows my top and I just get pissed and I'm like trying to punch the wall or something. And nowadays it's like I said, snap my fingers. Oh man, I used to hate this stuff, man. But man, now it's the greatest. I got to look more into the psychology of the loss of hate. When I saw pop punk, I was very concerned with this because it's not a band name. That is an automatic loss of 1 point. If you're in a pop punk band or punk band of whatever, but it's just Jeff Rosenstock.
We like the album, think he should change his name. So.
Yeah. And be careful with that descriptor pop punk. That is like very dangerous. We do have more new releases. This is a new release heavy show.
Last week I was saying, it's fine that Matt is in Blink-182 and all, but I just really like him in Alkaline Trio. And turns out Alkaline Trio had a new EP come out in March that I did not notice until this week. It must have come out right as Shelter in Place happened here, and then I stopped paying attention to anything.
It did. I was listening to this album by chance already weeks ago, as I recall, at least one song.
Okay.
So anyway, yes, I was happy that you brought this to my attention because then I actually listened to it as if I didn't know what it was. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I heard this. I like that first one. I like that first song a lot. That is like, yay. That's a good Alkaline Trio A song. But song 2 and 3, it was number 2 was like, no, this is not as good. And then number 3 was like, no, not at all. I'm not like a big Alkaline Trio fan because for whatever reason, I came into the game for them way late.
Me too.
Way late.
We were really late to Alkaline Trio because they were not aggressive enough for us in our youth. I thought it was funny that the EP is called just EP because I was trying to find it and I was like, but what is the name of the EP? And then it's like, you just type in Alkaline Trio EP.
Yeah, I was like, I only remember it as latest release.
Swingin Utters also have a new EP.
Yes. What's with the EPs?
I think, I don't know, quarantine.
I guess so. I mean, hey, we did an EP. EPs are fine. I just think of them as lazy. That's all.
Oh, but you think of everything as lazy.
That's because everything is lazy.
It is a 9
I don't think lazy is getting... Okay, here's the thing about lazy. Everyone uses laziness with a negative connotation. I am trying to change it around to it's just an adjective. It's neutral. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It could mean something good. Swingin Utters, the EP, Listen to that as well. And so I like Swingin Utters.
Sirens. It's 9 minutes for 4 songs, so
it's
that's
lazy.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty lazy. The thing about Swingin Utters, over the years, they have nearly eliminated all oi punk from their sound, and they almost sound like Bad Religion now. It's very strange. If you
but I like it.
Listen to an old Swingin Utters. It'll be grimier and more oi-y. Oi. You know, they're kind of got that. They're a real bar hero. They go to pubs and they go oi together, and they make that kind of punk music. Like, that's back in the day. Nowadays, more like Bad Religion. It's smoother, way smoother.
No wonder I like this album.
But I'm like, hey man, this stuff moves forward, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like them then though too. So I mean, I say a lot of criticism words, but I still like it. Similar to the last EP from Alkaline Trio, I liked one song, and the other ones I did not like.
Was it the first?
So that is a problem. I'm now seeing a pattern with EPs here, which I'm not liking, which is EP is good for one song out of 3 or 4. That's a little dangerous.
I think a lot of times people use their B-sides and things like that, or covers, and
that's an excellent point. That's a problem.
And then you have like your sort of the song that pushes it forward.
That's an excellent point you just made, because you know what this does? This proves there is bad laziness and then there is good laziness. I mean, there's a ton of punk laziness that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Some of it's
I feel like
this is a big topic.
Yeah. And also quarantine just makes me personally, I'm so lazy these days. It's
oh my God.
Like waking up is already, I'm done for the day. Woke up.
No, you are right. It's not a good lazy though.
No, it is a bad lazy. I'm not.
Nearly all bad laziness. Not even on choice. This is just situational bad laziness. Actually, now is the perfect time to have the shittiest life you can possibly have, because you have something to blame that's not yourself. Like, it's not your fault. Like, oh my God, this is the worst time of my life. I'm miserable, blah, blah, blah. Just think to yourself, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything. This is a freaking worldwide pandemic.
Do you have a grudge this week?
I do.
Me too. Okay. What is yours?
Okay, mine's pretty lame, so I'll go first. Okay. I have the worst injury that I've had in my life since I broke my knee playing sports.
Wow.
What happened to me was I woke up in bed crooked was paralyzed and couldn't get out of bed.
Oh my gosh.
And then continued. This is the last, I think I'm on day 12 now. That was 12 days ago. I am just today feeling slightly better. Like, I've had more pain pill medication in the past week than in my entire life put together. I have just been popping ibuprofen 800 milligrams all day long.
So what's the grudge? Pain, sleep?
Yeah, it's the trio. If I just blame one thing, pinched nerves.
Okay.
It is not healing. Like, there's nothing you can do. Just wait it out. It sucks. Real danger. You could be doing nothing and get a quarantine injury.
That's right.
This is a dangerous time in the world.
All of our muscles are just becoming atrophy. My grudge this week is flaking.
Oh.
So there's people who they'll just say no. You'll invite them or ask them to do something and they just go no.
Those are your best friends.
That's fine. Or the best friends say yes, then you can say no, or you have self-awareness like, this doesn't sound interesting, or I'm going to be tired, or I don't go out on Wednesday night, whatever the situation is. But the worst people are the ones who say yes or invite you to do something, and then they flake on you. And things happen. Everybody gets sick sometimes, blah, 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 I get it. But when you're repeatedly doing that, grudge.
That is true.
Because that is the worst. And I hate, there's a lot of internet humor around flaking and how fun it is to cancel plans and how tempting it is. And I'm like, why make plans? If all you want to do is sit at home and watch TV, be self-aware enough to know that that's what you want to do.
This is another philosophy that is
just say no.
In itself. Like I swear to you, there are people that think it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Who cares? So what? I said I was going to be somewhere and then I didn't show up 20 times in a row.
Yeah.
That's not on me. That's on you.
I think if you want to be friends with people, you can't continuously do that to those people.
That's a bad friend thing.
Yeah, it's a bad friend thing. It's a bad behavior. This has been another episode of Almost Punk Podcast. Send us an email at almostpunkpod@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, almostpunk, and almostpunk.com. And we are now, as of this week, available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all the things. And yes, you can also listen to the episodes on YouTube as
only the audio though. I was hoping this was the last episode under quarantine with these, bad microphones and stuff, but that might be high hopes. Next time might be our last one.
Ooh.
That sounds more doable. Yeah. So we'll see. I was just trying to be hopeful. It's been great. Ending the podcast. Over and out. See you next time. Almost Punk Podcast.